रिक्वेस्ट डॉक्टर चांदे कुछ
परमादरणीय ज्योतिष शास्त्रे ज्येष्ठाः श्रीमन्तः चंद्रभाई पटेल महोदय एसजेसी सम्मेलनस्य मूलप्रेरणास्थानं संस्थायाः संस्थापकः श्रीमन्तः संजय रथ महोदय संस्थायाः प्रेरणास्थानम् अध्यक्षरूपेण उपस्थिता परमादरणीय सर्वाणि सरकार महोदय उपस्थिताः अस्माकं सञ्चालकः श्रीमन्तः दासगुप्ता महोदय तथा च भारतवर्षतः भिन्नभिन्नस्थानेभ्यः आगताः सर्वे आदरणीयाः ज्योतिर्विदाः परदेशतः भिन्नभिन्नराष्ट्रेभ्यः आगताः अत्र ज्योतिर्विदाः तथा च आमन्त्रिताः आनन्दस्य अयम् अवसरः एतस्मिन् प्रसङ्गे अहमत्र मुख्य अतिथिरूपेण आहूतः सौभाग्यवशात् वा दुर्भाग्यवशात् गतदिनपर्यन्तं ह्यस्तनपर्यन्तं मम आगमनस्य तत्र शाश्वतिः नासीत् आगन्तुं पारयिष्यामि वा न वा तथापि किञ्चित् अयं दैवलाभः वा दैवकृपा इति अहमत्र युष्माकं पुरतः सम्प्राप्तोऽस्मि अतः आदौरेव यद् निमन्त्रणम् आयोजकैः दत्तं तदर्थं सर्वेषां प्रति आयोजकान् प्रति कृतज्ञतां प्रकटीकरोमि तथा च ये अत्र देशतः विदेशतः आगताः तेषां संस्थायाः तथा च ज्योतिषशास्त्रस्य पुरस्कर्तारूपेण स्वागतं व्याहरामि पूर्वजान् सर्वान् विचारान् अहं सर्वेषां सौकर्यार्थं यथा अहम् आदिष्टः तथा आङ्ग्लभाषायां कर्तुमि I welcome all of you and it's a great moment for the university and as head of the university for me to be with all of you who are well versed in the science of Jyotish Shastra or other as we call it astrology. Actually, I am a man of Sanskrit. I am miles away from astrology, astronomy as well. Not only that, but in Sanskrit also there are hundreds of branches, and I belong to modern Sanskrit literature branch. There are n number of branches. Vedic section is there, grammar section is there, Vedanta is there, then Darshana is there. There are many branches. I have a taste of each branch, little bit. But as far as modern Sanskrit is concerned, that is my domain. But astrology is not my area. But since I am the head of the institute where this course is started, I know there are certain ornamental positions, so I am occupying that too for you. And I am asked to speak few words. I will speak with you for a couple of minutes about this. As you very well know, I know my speech will be repetition in many places because you are basically students of astrology. But since I am a novice, I have to repeat all these things. We started astrology as one of the subjects, as Sanjay has told you, and I will be dealing with that particular area in the end of my speech. But you know why we started astrology? Because India is one of the ancient countries which is fortunate enough to retain its ancient culture. In the world, there were many countries which had very grown and beautiful culture, but I don't know why. History alone knows about it, but most of the cultures have gone into oblivion. So India is a fortunate country that it has retained its culture, and that's why the center point of the beautiful culture was Vedas. Today also we cherish Vedas, we follow Vedas, and that's why Vedas is the source of inspiration for this country, and astrology is the integral part of Vedic studies. It is said that if you want to study Vedas, you have to have the knowledge of 6 branches. We call it Shadanga: Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Chandas and Jyotish. Jyotish is one of the branches to study Vedas. But it is said that where Jyotish should be placed. So of course, as usual, there was a tussle. The people of grammar branch, they said no, we are the better one or the best one. So they said Mukham Vyakaranam Srutam. Among the in the Veda body, if we personify Vedas, the place of face or mouth is occupied by Vyakarana as they claim. But then the Jyotishi people did not lag behind. They said that Yatha Shikha Mayuranam Naganam Manaya Satha. So what, like Shikha which is on the top, the money which is on the top, on the hood, likewise the position of Jyotish Shastra is at the top in the studies of Vedas, and that is perfectly right, because the Vedic study was done in the ancient days. Why? It is a science of time. Kalanu Purga Gita Yajnaha. That is a sentence that yajna was, that is sacrifices, or we call it oblations, were performed according to a specific time. Time was decided. Who used to decide the time? Time was decided by Jyotish Shastra. So Jyotish Shastra used to decide the time of the yajna. Then they used to say Vedasum yajna pravruttaha. Why the yajnas were performed? They were performed for Vedas. So to propagate Vedas, yajna was performed. And then again there was a, why yajna was performed? Then they say yajnat bhavati parjanya. Parjanyat yajna anna sambhavaha. So yajnat bhavati parjanya. If you perform yajna, that is sacrifice, yajnat bhavati parjanya, you get rain. And parjanyat anna sambhavaha. From parjanya rain, you get your food. So ultimately food is the ultimate. So that is the chain from where we go higher, and ultimately we come to the Vedas. And that is why this particular science was developed. Basically, Jyotish was never astrology. It was astronomy in the beginning. It was a Grah Shastra. They used to study the movements of the constellations. But gradually, then Panchang had come. You all know what Panchang, and Panchang had come. But gradually it shifted to astrology. Why it shifted to astrology? Because ultimately whole science is revolving around a human being. And human being is beset with so many things. The happiness, the sorrows, and it is a cyclic movement. Whole life, whole world, every individual is moving in a cycle. Whole world is moving in a cycle. So they say, Kasyatyantam sukham bodham dukkham ekantatoha. Nobody is completely happy and nobody is completely unhappy. So it is an admixture of both the things in our life, and that's why how we are, they say, Niche gachat pipachadasha chakra nevi kramena. We are like wheels, spokes of the wheel. Our life is like a wheel, and we are like the spoke of the wheel, because when the wheel is moving, the spoke is also coming down, then it is going up, coming down, going up. So our life is like that. Sometimes we are very unhappy, sometimes we are very happy. But always we try to find out happiness. That is a human tendency, and out of that tendency, we try to find out what is put in our future, what is our fate, and that's why this study came up gradually. Because it was presumed that these heavenly bodies have effect on our activity, and that's why astrology came into being. And then subsequently it grew up. Many texts were written on this. N number of texts are there. Though certain things are from Vedic period. The first was Lagatha. Lagatha wrote in the BC, and he wrote Vedanga Jyotish, and that is one of the best treatises about Jyotish Shastra. But that is about Vedanga Jyotish. Actually, it is Vedanga Jyotish, more astronomy and less astrology. It comprises of only 36 stanzas. But see how difficult it is that till date, nobody can claim that I understand all the 36 stanzas. Though people may claim so, but actually, in the heart of the heart, they know that yes, and there's some knowledge is still wanting to know about these 36 stanzas. This is the duty of that particular literature. Then subsequently we have got Parashara, Bruhat Parashari. Then came Varaha Mihira, as I have seen in your text. Probably you will be speaking of Varaha Mihira. He was one of the best persons produced by India, because he combined astrology with all the modern sciences. Why I say modern sciences? Because the sciences he has covered have got their echo, their reflection in all the modern sciences. So a scientist studying astrology, or rather a scientist interpreting science on the basis of astrology, was Varaha Mihira. And then we have got many texts, and that's why this science grew gradually, and it becomes an integral part of every individual living in India. I don't know about the countries outside India, but it becomes integral part for Indians. So even though not in Maharashtra, but if you go to South India, you will find Rahu Kalam, a very common feature. So when to do something and when not to do something, that is given in the newspaper itself. So it has become a day-to-day part for us. Even Panchanga, Tithi Var, then Nakshatra, then Karana, these are the things which we follow. Now the times are changing, so every individual modern generation may not be knowing about it. But of course they have the impression, what we call it sanskara, of these things. What happened is, unfortunately, after India was under subjugation for quite a long time. So naturally the outer culture, the culture brought by the conquerors, they had their influence on India. So they tried to somehow cloud the Indian culture to a certain extent. And that's why Jyotish Shastra or astrology was studied at a very grassroots level, could not come up to that extent because there was no much encouragement for the study of astrology. But tradition had it. And then in the modern India, the British influence was so great that the people decided to look down upon astrology instead of encouraging it. People started criticizing it. There were controversies. Why I am quoting it? Because I want to speak something out of it. That's why I am just quoting it. That in the recent days, there was a lot of controversy whether astrology is a science or not, or whether it is an art or something of the sort. A number of controversies were there. Unfortunately, I would like to say, I am specifically using the word unfortunately, that those who questioned the existence or merit of this particular science never read even a single page of the original text of this literature. Just somebody says, there is a saying in Sanskrit, Gatani Vatikaha Lokaha, no Lokaha Paramartikaha. People like to follow somebody. They don't want to understand for themselves. If somebody is standing by the roadside and looking down in the Nala, the other people will gather there, there will be a crowd. And nobody will know what the first person is looking for. Because he says that the first he was standing, that's why I have come. Like was the case with the criticism about astrology. They criticized astrology. They said it is not a science, it has no accuracy, and the science should have commonality that is not there. A number of arguments were presented, but ultimately there was a success because astrology is placed in the heart of people. For argument's sake, people said many things, but nobody accepted that. But ultimately what happened, that even the power blocks used to criticize astrology that we have seen in the last couple of years or 3-4 years, but ultimately Supreme Court came to our rescue because they were the level-headed people and they said nothing doing, no nonsense. It may be science, may be art, may be anything. It's a branch of knowledge. It must be studied. If something is good, please accept it. Something is bad, you have every right to throw it to dustbin. But don't criticize anything blindly or blankly. Please study it. And that was the argument. That was a wonderful thing that happened because unfortunately in our country that system is percolating from the politicians, which is a very unfortunate thing. And ultimately the opinions of the politicians dominate the opinions of the scholars. Unfortunately, that should not happen, and fortunately that is not case with the astrology. I am really happy today that you are in good number, because generally what happens, that a scholar, a philosopher and an astrologer tend to disagree more than agree. So a gathering of astrologers is really a positive thing for this institution. So I congratulate the organizer for having organized all these things. I would like to say 2 words about the present trend of astrology. Here we are seeing that studies are going on. Here in the introduction itself, in a very brief introduction, he has said that you have every right to criticize the paper. Come out with your opinion and let the paper be accepted only after it is purified from all the doubts. So this is the approach. This is an important approach for every academic development. Unfortunately, in the propagation of astrology, it is something is lacking. That is what I feel. People do read couple of books, couple of articles. They know the name of the grahas, nakshatras, and then little bit movement. They just can draw the kundali, as we say, horoscope. They draw. They know how to put the grahas there, and they think that they are not only postgraduate but they have achieved doctorate in astrology. They start propagating astrology. They give the see the horoscope and tell the people as to what is their future is. And people who are really interested in this, they start believing this. And what happens ultimately? Nothing comes out. Something goes wrong, or rather totally everything goes wrong. And what happens? The person blames not the individual, but blames the Shastra, the science. So nothing. Astrology is all bogus. Because the expert, they told me, I know he's expert. He told me that this will happen, this has not happened. He won't say that the man is wrong. He is half cooked. He is not fully aware of what he is studying. But he will say the science is wrong. So this type of criticism is coming on astrology, and we should be well aware of it, and we should be in a position to defend the science by our own action. Astrologers should have the knowledge of the science, but at the same time, purity of character is equally important. I tell you the case. In Ayurveda, no science is defined by the Westerners, but in India, every science is defined. Ayurveda is a health science. There is no need of defining a doctor. A definition of doctor can be that he should be well aware of or highly knowledgeable in the field of Ayurveda. That is sufficient. But no, there is a definition. Ayurveda se vinyata, chikitsastu yatharthavid, dharmikasya dayalusya. He should be dharmic, he should be religious minded, and he should be compassionate. That is the requirement of a doctor. Same is the case with an astrologer. He should also have integrity of character, because the words you are speaking are going to affect the future of somebody. He will take it seriously. He may not take it seriously, but mostly people take everything seriously. And that's why you are molding him in a way. So you should be careful enough to have your knowledge perfectly, and if you have got purity of character, your words will carry weight. Because character is a very important thing. Again, what is character? That is again a different issue. So what is character? We associate character with many number of things, but character is defined by Chanakya. He says, what is character? He says, yaha arthataha shuchihi, saha shuchihi. One who is pure in financial dealings is the pure man. There is no other definition of character. Association with opposite sex and all that is all secondary thing. Character is yaha arthataha shuchihi, saha shuchihi. One who is clean in financial dealings, because that is the only place which can attract an individual and he may fall in the trap. So yaha arthataha shuchihi, saha shuchihi. That is the character. So not only financial dealing, but even our behavior also we should be pure, and that is the requirement of the astrologer. That is what I feel, and you must have the knowledge of your field, in-depth knowledge. If you don't have in-depth knowledge, please don't venture to tell anybody his future, or be clear that I am not sound, but I am trying to tell you. So don't take it seriously. Just as a guideline you can take. That is the way you should do, as I feel. Otherwise, what will happen? Instead of supporting the science, you will harm the science. That should not happen, because that will be a bad thing to happen for this. Then I find another thing which I am going to emphasize at the end of my now only. Most of the astrologers do not read Sanskrit. They don't understand Sanskrit. Most of the astrologers have their knowledge from secondary sources. Now, yes, secondary sources are important, no doubt, because some knowledgeable person has translated them and I am studying it. But ultimately, a man is not all perfect. There is every tendency that he may do some incorrect things, he may fail in some areas, but he will just translate it, and through translation you will study. So what I request you, that if you want to study astrology, basically study Sanskrit. Why? I will tell you. When the British regime started, they wanted to study Vedas, because Vedas has a lot of influence in the whole continent. So they wanted to see what this text is, and that's why they employed the people. Max Muller, who never came to India, he was a German, he was employed to study Vedas. MacDonald was there, Weber was there, there were a number of scholars were there, they studied Vedas. But studying Vedas, they never depended on the translation. They studied Sanskrit in origin. And mind well, Sanskrit in modern times and Sanskrit of Vedas are different. They studied modern Sanskrit. From modern Sanskrit they went to Vedic Sanskrit, and from Vedic Sanskrit they studied it in origin and then commented upon the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Samaveda and other texts alike to Vedas. So you have to, you can't have the peace in the science in origin unless you have the, you understand what the person who propagated it earlier have written. So I have request that it may take some time. It is not difficult, very easy. And the people with perseverance can definitely do it very easily. Because I know, if I want to go get a scholarship for a foreign country, if I want to go to Germany, if I want to go to France, I don't know. Today I don't know any of German language or French language. But if I get this scholarship, I don't say that because since I do not know French language or German language, I don't want to take this scholarship. That is not my answer. What I do, I go attend a class for 3-4 months, take the working knowledge of that particular language and go to that country and improve my knowledge. If I can learn an alien language within few months, why can't we study Sanskrit? When the foreigners have studied it in depth. So I would like to request you that for astrology's sake, please do study Sanskrit, at least which is related to astrology, so that you will have the power to understand what astrology is and what astrology was propagated by the earlier generations. Lastly, I come to my university, as referred to by Sanjay, that my university was in those days when controversy at its peak about astrology. We started this course of astrology in our university. Basically, we started with diploma, but immediately we picked up and we started the degree course. We called all the stalwarts from Maharashtra. We had a meeting in Mumbai at Somaya Vidya Vihar. All the astrology departments stalwarts had come at that time. Whoever in our connection, they all came, they all contributed, and we prepared a course of degree course. And then we, from degree, gradually, batches came up. Then I came in contact with HSC. They were very keen on taking up the course, and then he suggested some modifications. Again, some scholars sat down. He was there to guide, and then we reframed the course, which can suit all the times and which was updated rather in a way from the course we prepared, because he has the experience, worldwide experience, so he knows what are the requirements, and moreover he himself is a studied person. So naturally, and I specifically wanted a person like him who has the knowledge of the traditional system as well as the modern system. So this combination this is a rare combination which I could find in Sanjay, and I was fortunate that we could get his help, and we updated the course. Now the degree course is there. We have already framed the postgraduate course, which again can be updated, and now we are coming, other day we had a discussion, and now we are coming, and probably it will not be late. In the following session itself, we are planning to have 3 diploma courses. That is junior diploma, senior diploma and higher diploma. The idea behind preparing a diploma course again, when there is already degree course and a postgraduate course, why diploma course? Because when a man enters a degree course, he has to study the science for 3 years. If he lives in between, he has nothing to carry with him, because he is the dropout, and degree course is helpful only at the end of the term. So naturally, if you want to study in part, we are thinking of doing diploma course of 3 years, and subsequently, but he will not be eligible for degree after even doing 3 diplomas. So there will be a bridge course which will help him to go for the degree. So this is the situation, and that's why we are trying to improve this course in a different way. What I want that this course, after I don't know how many students having, because now the students will be appearing in this examination, but we have formed these courses, and simply because with the idea that not only that the astrology should be studied, but I am very keen on research in astrology. Because whatever is handed over to us by generation, we accept it blindly sometimes. We say this is a cardinal principle, it should be accepted, but that's a wrong approach. Even Kalidas has said that Purana Mitteva na sadhu sarvam, nachapi kagam navamitya vedam, santya pariksha natarat bhajante mudah paraprashene buddhi. It means that Purana Mitteva na sadhu sarvam, whatever is old need not necessarily be gold. It is old, no doubt. But it can be something else also. Nachapi kagam navamitya vedam. Anything need not be bad because it is new. A new thing also can be good. So he says, who is this scholar, who is the best person, who compares both of them and takes Muda, he decides himself which is good and which is bad, and who is the foolish person, who is carried by the opinion of others. So I request you, don't be carried by the opinion of others. Because our generation has said that this combination helps and this results in this, you find it out yourself, whether it is right or wrong. If it is wrong, throw it to dustbin. And be open and criticize it. If it is right, please accept it wholeheartedly. But research is very important because the world is changing. Even the sky configurations in sky may be changing. So the effect also may be changing. The world outside, the material world around us is also changing. So naturally the effect of all this, if at all it is there, you have to study it, and that is the research. And these courses we are propagating are with the simple motive or important motive of research. Research must be done, and through research only you can say that this is right, this is wrong, and that can be applicable to everybody. Just learning something and seeing somebody's horoscope and predicting and earning $2 or few rupees, that should not be the aim. If that is the aim, you are doing disservice to your science. I think that all of you will definitely contribute for the upliftment and rather spread of this science, because it is a very rich science handed over to us by generations, by centuries. So, giving you best luck, wishing you happy New Year, I take care of you. Thank you very much.